The monthly close process in CYMA's accounts payable module. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to post invoices to AP. Because until an invoice is posted to AP, we're not going to be allowed to cut a check against it. And also, you might have entered in an invoice that you kind of forgot about and it's still just sitting out in limbo. So here I'm just going to run my report, and that looks okay. So I'm going to close out, and I'm going to say yes with continuing. Although, if I wanted to, if I say no, I might want to even cover several months. One little practice that some of our clients will do is they'll go back to the beginning of the year just in case they accidentally put something to the wrong month. Again, I can hit post, make sure that I'm not getting anything that's really old, and maybe I need to, before posting the invoice, maybe it should actually be cleaned out and that kind of thing. Okay, so there's my invoices. I'm going to go ahead and post those now, and I would print my detail invoice register for historical purposes, and I would have a monthly accounts payable folder that I put my hard copies in with these various reports, and that AP would probably have its own year folder as well. So 2007 AP for January, February, March, and so on. Those documents are very nice to have handy. Okay, after I'm posted to AP, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post my invoices to the general ledger module. Again, I could change my months if I felt like I might want to grab everything here and have something in January or whatever. So here I'm just going to verify that the account numbers are looking fine, that our dollar amounts are looking fine. I would go ahead and print that report, and I'm going to say yes to posting it. So basically just the defaults. All of those messages are saying, are you sure you want to continue? And hey, that's what we're here for. Then basically, if you haven't cut your checks, obviously you'd want to do a quick select for invoices or select invoices, cut any checks that are due for that month, and then in the same fashion, you're going to post your checks over to the general ledger module. Again, you might want to make sure that you're covering multiple months, but everything has already been posted up for the checks. So all of the information from accounts payable has been posted inside of accounts payable, and the results of those account numbers, that's the nitty-gritty, those have been now posted over to the general ledger module, and that batch would be available in the general ledger to review and go ahead and post if everything looks okay with that area. After I've posted my information, I'm going to go ahead and run a report. I should really start with my aging report, because my aging report should really show me everything that is still outstanding. So here maybe like an aging by invoice date would be a really great report. And this report should really tie out with my balance sheet account at all times. So if you're an AP clerk, you should be providing this to your CFO. If you're a CFO and you're doing AP as well, this is your tie-out report. Always make sure that the end of the month amount in AP ties out with your accounts payable, typically your 2000 natural account number. As well as you should really run a vendor ledger, a detail ledger that would select your type, that your preference, and probably want to use that one on a monthly basis. But details are great, and this is a wonderful report just to give you the detail of what transpired during that specific month. And then even under entry reports, you should really run an invoice register, and I kind of like the first one here, as well as a check register under payments. And check register, that first one also is a really good report. That way, again, if anybody should come to you and say, hey, I have a question about a certain check or invoice, you could just immediately go to your folder, pull up all the information that happened in that time period, should you not be able to access the accounting system for whatever reason. Okay, after you've run those reports, you now have your historical documentation, you're now tied out, and you're going to go to Process, Period, End, Close, and here we go. Word to the wise, you can't really change what period you're closing. It's just going to recognize where you're at and move that forward. You don't want to move invoices and checks to history. Really, that is a feature that's designed for just exceptionally large hospice clients, and we're just not going to use that feature. And if you do that, you're going to have a hard time running reports on your current year information. So please, don't go ahead and check that. But, basically what this process is going to do is going to make sure that we have already gotten all of our posting and the prerequisites have been done. And then this is going to go ahead and we're going to clear out the period to date totals, and we're going to advance the period automatically to period 3. Coming over to the prerequisites tab, it's going to let me know, hey, There are invoices selected for payment in the period that you're about to close. Do you wish to continue? And so this is exactly the message that you need to be looking for, and it recognizes that, hey, we still have something out there that we probably want to deal with. And again, a really good system with the checks and balances here with CYMA. And so, here I'm probably going to say no, go back and fix that situation. So the system has got those built-in checks and balances, just making sure that we haven't, forgot to do anything. And basically, again, it's just, one invoice that, is selected for payment. But, so it recognizes we want to pay this thing probably. It's in this month. And, so basically just go back, fix that up. You come on forward, and then you can just hit process. And it will go ahead and move your period from period 2 to period 3.